Hello, my dear Capricorn. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of January 2019 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So we are soon entering into your season, Capricorn. So happy birthday to you, Capricorn. And imagine me throwing some confetti here. Okay. And also I want to wish you a merry festive season and a really happy new year. So happy birthday for Capricorn. So I read for the signs in the order most liked videos, and you can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. And thank you all for liking, watching, commenting, donating and subscribing to my channel. I'm so grateful for all of your appreciation. This is a general reading for Sun, Moon and Rising sign. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. And for this reading, I use the Crystal Tarot by Elisabetta Trevisan, and I will start shuffling your cards. So you see, it's rather dark here. It's the day before the midsummer solstice. What Christmas is originally all about. So like 30 hours from now, it will be the darkest the sun will go on the northern hemisphere, okay, and the lightest on the southern. So the days are getting shorter and shorter, and this morning when I was to do the Virgo reading, it was really dark, so I had to have the light on even though it was 9 o'clock. Now it's lunchtime, noontime here, 40 minutes after, and this is the brightest we will get today, and I'm straight underneath the roof window and it's not coming in that much light, and tomorrow it will be even worse. But this is what we are all celebrating when we are having this holiday season. It's our old memory, our old calendar, how the sun is moving over the sky that we have been calculating for thousands and thousands of years. We have just forgotten what we were celebrating for a moment there. It's not Jesus's birthday. He was born in springtime and not in the winter time. But it's kind of a little bit like intertwined legends anyway, because here in the most northern of Sweden, like I'm not the furthest north, we need to travel like 1,200 kilometers north, and we will be like where it's really dark for 3 days around this time. And so the sun is gone. Jesus the sun is gone for 3 days, and then he's resurrected and on the cross. So we also have this with a star constellation on the sky. So this is sometimes we forget and we have a little bit of amnesia, but this is your season, Capricorn, and you need to know what it's all about. Okay, so I'm going to start shuffling your cards now after this history lesson. And when I open your deck here, I see death, death on the cross, and the little Knave of Pentacles, or Page of Pentacles, the little Capricorn that's being born anew. So that's kind of scary and very beautiful. So the light is gone for 3 days, and it's like a transformation and a new start. When we don't have the sunlight to go about, we are kind of descending into darkness, and in the darkness is the key to transformation. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light. And here we have the Three of Cups together with the Page of Pentacles. I'm laughing because it's so, you can't make this shit up. Okay, three of Cups, it's the 3 days and the Holy Trinity, and it's a very magical, beautiful number. And I'm thinking this is what you're transforming into, becoming whole. So we actually see Capricorn healing here during this 3 days. Oh, and the Five of Cups wants to show their face as well. And this is disappointment. So disappointment will be the way to healing. When you face your disappointment, face the things, the facts you really don't want to hear anything about, when you just stay with them, it doesn't have to be the truth, it's just your fears sometimes. For example, she doesn't really love me. Some people might be running away from this and imagine like this person does love me and I saw this sign, I saw this, I saw that. But the notion of, no, this person doesn't really love me, to just feel on that feeling and accept it a little bit, it's actually making you penetrate deeper into the darkness and finding the hidden treasure. So if you have some triggers like that, you can seek them out, feel the shiver down your spine or the energy kind of rose that's going through your body. That's the key, okay? But it's something beautiful wants to happen here. You becoming whole. You just need to acknowledge your fears. So I called for archangels in the four corners of the world. And here we have the Seven of Swords with the Page of Pentacles, Knave of Pentacles in this case. Fante di Denari. Okay. And the Seven of Swords is the situation where we don't have much of a self-esteem, so we are faking one in either or. We are either lying to ourselves or to others, or we put up a lying face, or we just, try to act like we have our shit together when we don't. And we turn to survival skills to take our way through this. For example, if you are very scared of not being worthy, you might try to flirt with all the guys and get a lot of attention. So you get a false sense of worthiness to the attention, and you don't care that you are kind of screwing with these people's heads and making them all fall in love with you, because it's all about getting that attention, because that's your food. What you really need to do instead is to face the fact what you're really feeling, but that's not true, of course, but it's what you're trying to cover up, and it's I'm unlovable, for example. If I check to the evidence, then no one really loving me. They're just falling for this game of mine. Or someone is doing this to you as well. Maybe putting up a game, but it doesn't matter. Just mirroring something with you in you. They might, if there's people fooling you, making you think things, flirting or giving like some kind of offer that's not the truth. It's because they know that you are wounded. They know that you will fall for this. For example, someone saying, "Oh, I'll come and help you clean your house," and you will think, "Oh, that's the nicest person ever." But when the day comes, they have a stomach ache or there's something wrong with their hairstyle, and you don't know. They don't show anyway, and what that triggers inside of you is a sense of unworthiness, and that's the thing that you need to address. In this case. So I'll see if I can get my computer to work with me so I can turn off the sound. It comes some stupid message I don't need about if the computer is hooked up to the scanner or not, and it makes a lot of noise. So computer hooked up to the scanner. Well, you probably need to scan yourself, okay? You're not really hooked up to seeing yourself like in the mirror. Maybe you would need like someone making a video of you a whole week, and then you can watch that, and then you would understand what I'm talking about here. Okay, Seven of Swords. So I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Capricorn viewers. So I want my dear Capricorn to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. I don't know this year which exact date and time we are going into Capricorn, if it was yesterday, today, tomorrow, the day after, but it's awfully close to the midwinter solstice anyhow. So that wants to say something to you about why you are being born in this sign. going through darkness, coming in on the other end, illuminating light. I'm thinking Capricorn has been born with, not born, but somewhere, you know, lost in time, maybe millions and millions of years ago. Something happened to Capricorn where you lost your faith in yourself. Even God noticed that and gave a Capricorn the most crappy assignment of all. You will be the workforce, okay? You will be the slaves, kind of. You will be the hard-working people keeping the manifestation together. So it was kind of God showing you the mirror. Look, this is what you think about yourself. This is the only thing you are worth in your own eyes. So there's some kind of clue there, okay? So I'm just going to tune in to you, Capricorn, and the energy of this coming time for a few seconds. Okay. So, my dear Capricorn, this is your future there, and this is your now, and this is your past. And in the past here we have the Five of Swords, Five of Cups. This with comparison, comparing yourself to others and kind of feeling like you're not worthy of love. Five of Cups, it's like you over and over again get proof that there's something wrong with you, or you're not worthy enough. And this is of course not true, but you need to look at it. Just look at it and kind of survive it. Yes, okay, so I'm not worthy, so what? I love myself. Bring on the next thing, you know. You need to take it less personal, what other people, like how they act towards you, and care more about how you act towards you. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop feeling, oh, poor me, Capricorn. Why is this crap always happening to me? Well, because you think that this is what you're worth. So it's just a reflection. Don't become worked up about it. Just like, okay, so if this is what I have created, this is what I think I'm worthy of. Interesting. So how can I make a little bit of an improvement here? How can I, you know, show the world how much I love myself and let this love come back, be mirrored to me? Okay, instead of having this like feeling inferior. And here we have the Nine of Swords. So there's kind of no end to the darkness that Capricorn is currently in. But it's a good thing, okay? Going through this darkness, it's going to be illuminating. It holds the key. So don't worry. And don't make a sad story out of this. It's nothing wrong with you. You're not a victim. It's not like someone has done something to you. It's only your own opinion of you being reflected out in the world. So if you think that you are unlovable, you will be unlovable. If you think that I will never be able to have that much money, you won't be able to have that much money. So this is just the stories you tell to yourself that's actually becoming like a prophecy. So stop telling the stories. Just identify the stories, look at them, but don't believe in them. Just look at them, stay with them, write them down. Okay, so this is what I'm most afraid of. This is the truth I don't want to see, and dive deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's almost like you're going to the library of all your soul contracts, what you have been saying about yourself through the eons. And you now just need to look at them, just need to deal with them, to be awake and aware, to be able to see when you are doing this to yourself, and just change, you know, small parameters to something else. Okay, so this, if you are, you're thinking unconsciously that, oh, I'm so crappy at this, and you just, oh, I noticed I told myself I'm so crappy at this. Interesting. Okay. I don't think I am that crappy. Just I'm getting irritated because it doesn't work right away. So, okay, I identify this as I'm not crappy. I'm just having like lack of patience here. And you have more patience and the thing work out. And this is how you discover yourself and discover what you're really thinking and doing towards yourself. Okay, And this is your future. And here comes the sun back. Yeah. Here comes the sun back. Illumination. This is what's happening when you go through the darkness. You get a better view. Okay. You go there. You put the light on your awareness, your conscious mind, awakened mind, and you illuminate the place. Okay, that's what illumination means. You get to know yourself better, and therefore you stop with the unconscious crap that you have been doing towards yourself to sabotage your life, and you start to fix it. One little thing at a time. Don't get stressed out. You don't have to fix everything in a day. You can even let yourself go on doing these unconscious things. Just do them like you see that, oh, I'm about to do this unconscious thing, and you just be aware and watch yourself doing the unconscious thing. You don't have to change right away. Let it happen naturally. Become aware first, and then you will naturally start to change the way you are operating with this illumination. I'm sorry for the camera, it's just not thinking that there's enough light here, so I will actually turn on the light, because the daylight in mid-noon, mid of Sweden is in this time is not enough. Okay, and this is your past, and we have a 10 of Wands, so this is you. Working so hard, trying to be worthy of whatever it is that you want to achieve, but you are already worthy. You just need to notice that and change how your mind is operating and creating things. Currently, you think that if I do that, then I will be worthy of that, and that's not true. It's just you working yourself to the grave unnecessarily, I might add. Okay, 10 of Wands. Next card is the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, that's a new energy. It's usually Cancer, might be a Scorpio or a Pisces person in your life. It might have something to say to you, but they are holding back. 10 of Wands, holding back this energy. I've forgotten what was underneath here. Yeah, it was the 5 of Swords. So you might have had some kind of fallout with another person. That might have been like emotional person, maybe over emotional person in your perspective, with the 10 of Wands here and what's happening, I think they are just mirroring back to you what you are thinking about yourself. So if they are not talking to you, not communicating with you, ignoring you, I think if you just if you change some parameters inside of you, they would have the green light to actually show the love towards you. It's like this. Different people have different patterns. So one person might have one opinion of the person here because they have one pattern that's mirroring into that person. This other person might have another opinion that's mirroring back. And if you change yourself, the look in the mirror will change, and the person might have loved you all along, but but they weren't able to show you because by the laws working in the universe, you could only see your own reflection. So if you feel like people are holding back their love, it's because you are holding back the love to you. So you don't love yourself, people around you show no love towards you. And here we have 4 of Pentacles. So 4 of Pentacles, this might be also a side of you where you kind of don't want any more argument. You don't want to always get like disrespected. So you just stop talking to people. You feel the same. You love the same, you want the same thing, you just don't show it anymore. What's the use, kind of? With the 4 of Pentacles, you have put up a wall between others and yourself, and it's fine. You might need to cocoon yourself during this time so that you can come out of it renewed. So it's totally okay. Next here, and you have the Fool card. So this is when you come out renewed and start to loving yourself, and you know, you don't have to work your little behind off to be worthy of breathing, like breathing air. You can just, you know, just by being aware, by being awake, by being you, by actually breathing air, you are worthy. You're allowed to be here, and you don't have to do anything, like perform anything to be alive or to have this worthiness. So I'm thinking, while you are anyway in like your comfort zone, you can start figuring out what makes you this happy like a 3-year-old. Tap back to that time and see what might be able to trigger some smile on Capricorn lips. Okay. So I'm seeing also another scenario, and that's when maybe a person has opened their heart, male or female. It might be a male opening their heart, and they're still like being secretive about it, but eventually they will want to start doing something about it. Yes, 6 of Cups, a reconciliation maybe. Or it doesn't have to be a male, it can be any person, family member, sister, friend, past lover, whatever. But it's like a person have been forced to cocoon themselves for a while to be able to come out renewed and with a beautiful sense of love. So when we have been able to calibrate ourselves like this and start loving ourselves instead of comparing ourselves, judging ourselves, shaming ourselves, thinking that we are sinful, thinking that we do everything wrong, when we have cast off this burden, we can actually be loving souls from the toes up to our head. We can be loving souls. We don't have to, you know, worry so much and be so touchy and, you know, take what everyone's saying the wrong way, and yeah, oh, they hate me, I know, and this is what they did, that it's because they don't care. And here we don't have to deal with that because we care about ourselves and we think that we are worthy. So we see only love, and if it's not really love, it's not going to trigger us. We will just turn towards what's making us happy. And if a person or scenery is not making us happy, we skibbly away and find something happier. Okay. I'm hearing a song that's kind of putting another scenario in place. And it might be a person thinking that they are so bad, they are so awful, like so toxic for their surrounding. They destroy everything they touch, okay? This is how they feel about themselves. So they might want to release you. I hear this song, I want you to be happier. And it's not like they are going to try to be nicer, you know, to make you happy, and to try to, you know, not do the stupid shit that you have said 1,000 times you don't want them to do, because they don't see them able to do that, because to do that they need to open their heart here, and they might feel that that's too difficult. I'm too scared to go into the darkness and feel all my feelings. Oh God, I won't do that, but I can release you, so without me you would be happier. Stupid, of course, super stupid, but this is kind of the state I'm seeing they are in right now. And you might feel this also to someone else, but maybe it can be the other way around then, that you are feeling okay, so this person doesn't love me, or can't show the love at least. So maybe without me they will be happier. Okay, if they can, you know, maybe it's just with me they are bitches like this, acting stupid and acting like they don't care. Maybe if they found someone that they really truly loved, they would be nicer. So you release them so they can be happier. So that's another. But then in that scenario, it's a person that have tried everything. You know, they have changed themselves. They have tried to change the other person. They have, you know, gone to the moon and back to try to fix the situation. And then they just, you know, relax and release. So that is something some of you will do. Relax and release and leave it up to God, kind of. But this other scenario where a person they are so hardened that they think they can't change themselves. There's no salvation for them. They are condemned. So they think that they can't change, so rather they let you go. So that's another scenario. But I think that will be not forever. It will just be like them going deeper into the darkness and feeling sorry for themselves. I think a reunion or people coming back to union, like humanity as a whole, that will happen, but it's just a matter of time. Okay, so this is in the now, and here we have the Magician. So this might be just another way to manipulate you. Okay, so if you hate me so much and you think I'm this prick, this difficult person, so live without me then, is what I'm feeling with the Ten of Wands, oppression, and the Magician. That's Mercury, but it's also manipulation, and it comes like cornered with the Five of Swords. So I'm thinking someone is trying like another bitter way to make you subordinate yourself instead of them having to deal with their crappy self-esteem. Okay, so instead of, facing their own fears, they are trying to, see if you can do without me. I hope you will be happier. Oh, okay. And here we have the Empress, and it comes underneath the Queen of Cups and the Empress. So Queen of Cups usually Cancer. This is usually Taurus. Yes. And this person needs to face their feminine side. Either this is a female person or masculine person. They need to deal with their feminine side, and they don't want to. Imagine you have been living many lifetimes as a female, but then something awful happens, like something real awful happens, and you can't bear to be a female ever again. So for the coming lifetimes, you only manifest as a male person, and you don't want to feel feelings, you don't want to cry, you don't want to wear pink for some reason, and a lot of other stuff. And you think like, oh, that's for bitches, only bitches do that, and I'm a man, okay? So you're walking around like a big wound, because there's something missing with you, something that you can't get close to. Pink being the dangerous colors, tears being like, oh, that's real dangerous. Don't cry for what you do. Don't cry. Because subconsciously people know that if they cry, if they wear pink, if they go close to their feminine realm, there will come a lot of pain because something has happened here. And it's fine if they go close to their feminine side. Yes, they will feel pain, but it's pain from, it was maybe like 10,000 years ago. That's a while back. You don't have to sulk about that anymore. You just have to feel the pain. It's not going to kill you. You just feel it, digest it, and take teaching from it, and you will become whole. So that's a rather big present for not that much work. Okay, it might be like 1 to 5 years maybe of going through depression, but it's very healing, and it's making your soul whole. And after that, you will actually not be such a closed off person, because before the person they could not see what they could have seen if their soul was whole. So you can't really speak to these kind of people. They are so caught up in their projection. It's like talking with the ghost, like someone that's caught in a time loop like this. You don't even have to, if they're angry with you, you don't even have to participate in their argument. They will know what you said, and they will know what they said, and you can just be the spectator, because what you're watching is a ghost movie, like someone reliving something from an ancient past over and over and over again. So it can be really, really hard to get close to that person. So actually what you kind of need to do is to trigger their pain in a way that is not making karmic number on you, but actually making them taking responsibility for their own pain. And that might make them deteriorate before your eyes. People turning to drugs, alcohol, destructive behavior, becoming criminals. They're just trying to cope with this wound. And you can't really help them maybe during this. If you have tried everything, you have tried to talk with them, you have tried to drag them to a therapist, you have tried everything for a very, very long time, and it didn't help, then just drop the person, because this might be the right time where that drop might make them open their heart. You see this beautiful, maybe their soul is coming back here. Okay, so don't go for these games where they're just trying to keep on holding up that wall. So then I leave you then, see how that's going to feel for you. And you say, well, it's all right. Have a happy life. I really mean it. And then what they are left with, they can't steal your, like the feminine energy from you, your empathy, you caring for their wounds, you caring for your common future or whatever. They need to care because they don't have you doing that. And so they don't have anyone to argue with or steal stuff from. So the only thing they have left, if they want to have this energy of feeling loved or cared for, or someone not wanting them to off themselves or becoming destructive, it needs to come from them themselves. And that is going to trigger this spiritual growth, because they need to face their pain. That's the only way through. And it's not as hard as they might think. Might have been taught from the very beginning of their life that this is dangerous, don't do that. But if they do that, they will be liberated. So you're doing them a service if you kind of, just let them fall on their own face. Yes, the moon card, it's very, very important. I can't emphasize how important it is for this person to go through this state. It's going to make them regain their feminine side and also their inner child. So what's the problem? Okay, I can't stand having an ache in my heart. Okay, what's that doing to you? Well, it aches. Oh, show me where. Here in the heart. Okay. And what's that doing to you? Well, it makes me want to drink. Okay, and if you don't drink, well, then it's pain here. Okay. And what's that doing to you? Well, it's painful. You see, it's not going to kill that person. It's just that they are not brave enough to face what's inside of them. And that is what they really, really, really need to do. Instead of trying to making themselves numb by alcohol or other kind of substances or activities that makes them not being able to face their own reality. So the next card here is the Chariot, and this is when everyone is packed into the chariot, your body, your current place of living, and are ready to hit the road. So this is when all the energies comes together and you're starting to get whole again, or at least you are on a journey to find your lost soul part. So this is when we can start to talk business. This is when we can have some change. We have 2 wheels of fortune here at least, and this also in the center. So this is when, I'm thinking of a song also. Interesting. And it's not a nice song. Okay, it's Hit the Road, Jack. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. Maybe it's that girl Sinatra that sang it in the beginning. I know it has been covered made on it, but okay. So for some of you, you will. One person will probably be knee deep in mud. It's actually beautiful mud, because it's a very beautiful part of their soul that wants to come back, their feminine part and their child part. But this other person might not care that much, because they are in their own spiritual journey, where they are trying to find back to their happiness. Okay, their happiness. What made me happy when I was a child? It's almost like this person have forgotten how to be happy. Maybe because they have been dragging along codependently people that was refusing to take responsibility for their own self. Okay, just smudged their pain upon others. So this person actually need maybe some time to heal themselves without stupid burdens from others. They actually need to be able to free themselves from others' energies and be a little bit like floating, like a helium balloon, being close to the divine and not being so grounded or like oriented towards physical stuff. So we'll see what's going on with that. Yeah, Three of Swords. So someone has been, I feel, carrying a lot of burden for more people than themselves. And now they say hit the road, Jack. And they are going to deal with this pain here that has been brought upon them because they had this kind of mission to you know, spread the love here. But here the love is going to be spread towards this own person. So someone is going back to heal their inner child, because it's very likely that this person have kind of become codependent in relationship because of having a childhood that was less than healthy. So we have a second chance here to relive making our childhood better by becoming the own parents to our own inner child and letting other people do the same. So we take care of ourselves here, and we kind of, now we are not going to betray our own inner child anymore. We're just, no, this is not going to happen. I'm standing up for myself. I won't let this, I have let myself be victim too many times. I'm ashamed of how many times I let myself be a victim. And I kind of deserted my inner child by doing this. I let them do this towards me because I wanted like to be close to someone. And now I'm not going to let anyone hurt me anymore. Okay, so I'm becoming the grown up to my inner child. So it's not the kind of bitter thing I'm feeling. It's like a freedom thing, just casting off the old burden. It's a little bit sad, and I think you still love the people that you're leaving behind. It's not that, it's just that you kind of need a vacation. Okay. It's interesting because now it comes this song Holiday with Scorpio, and so you have happier, hit the road, Jack, and holiday. That's HHH. I don't know what that means, but maybe it means something for you. So the 3 ages. Yeah, maybe it's 3 ages. This is the last age, and it's your vacation. So this is the future, and we have the 9 of coins. So this is when someone kind of learns to take better care of themselves. Instead of being self-destructive, running on booze alone, or doing other destructive things, they're actually starting to rebuild their temple, taking care of their body, doing things that's not destructive but positive. So that's a way to start, and that's the key kind of to this. If you start to love yourself, you love every bit and part of you, also the hurt part. You don't leave, if you have a part of you that's is broken in a ditch somewhere, you just don't ignore it. You go there with your ambulance and pick it up and nurture it back to health. So this is what I'm seeing with the 9 of Pentacles. But this person also needs to be alone doing this, and needs to focus on being alone doing this, taking care of themselves, nourishing their old soul parts back to health. They can't just, take another drink and ignore the screaming. They need to face this screamer, like the lost soul part, and take care of it. So that's what they do. So it might feel like they don't care about you and they just go on with their merry life, but this needs to happen. They need to learn to love themselves before they can love anyone else. Okay, and here we have the Ace of Wands. So by getting back these 2 ladies, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Hearts, and Empress, the Divine Feminine, like taking her out of the ditch, nurturing her back to health, they get a very, very strong soul. So either this is you or this is the person you are dealing with. It can be different for different people, but to have your soul energy back, it's going to feel exhilarating. is going to make you feel stronger than the strongest person alive. And so it's a real trip, and it's making you connect with your soul, and you will never feel alone again, because you have you, and you are part of the whole. You are just a reflection of the greater soul. That's our like common soul or central sun. Suns are souls. We all have a little bit of a sun above our head or inside our body. And here we have the World card. So this is when you're healed again, or this person is healed again. I think both are healed again, because I think this might be two people here, but here it's the same story for both of you. Regain strength, taking care of your body, your temple, becoming stronger and retouching with your soul. The end of the cycle, like, okay, now it's done. Now my soul is whole. Terrific. Don't have to, repeat the ghost nightmare over and over again. We don't have to do that. We faced it and we fixed it. We are healed. We are done. That karmic wheel is done. So it wasn't that dangerous, was it? It was, we don't want to maybe go through it again, but if we would be knowing now how to deal with it. It's just to, stay with the pain. Just because it burns doesn't mean you're going to die. And here we have the 7 of Wands. So I'm thinking this other person that maybe before was very supportive is still on the helium balloon trip here. 7 of Wands. They are not going to let anyone come close to them or hurt their inner child. And it's a 7-7. In some cases, in some rare cases, this might be the person you have been dealing with. They were detached before and it's not easier now, okay? But good news anyway, they are taking care of their inner child, so that's a good thing. And if this is you, you don't seem to be particularly inviting. It doesn't mean that love isn't there. Here we have the King of Cups. So we have both the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups in the reading. Shows that there's very deep love between two people. They're just separated in time right now because of their different roads. But if you have been dealing with a person that maybe were childish all along, and you felt like they haven't really developed, they are now working with healing that inner child and their wound. And out will come a person that has capacity to love in a very grown-up way. So you just need to have patience for that to happen, either with you yourself or with this other person. So it seems like a very straightforward reading. It's very deep dive into the abyss, and then it's healthy. So this is exactly what we needed to do, and it's strange that we have fought all these thousands of years to not do this, because it wasn't that hard. But maybe this was just the time, and now we were ready, and before we weren't. But when it's done, it's surprising. You will feel surprised that you didn't do this before. Why didn't I do this before? It was so rewarding, and now I don't feel pain in the same way anymore. I take responsible for my pain, and the sides of me that's being struck by pain, I notice the red flags and I do something about it. It's not worse than that. Okay, so I'll take a card for you from Oracle of the Angels by Mario Duguay. There, you can see that. See what's going on for Capricorn. Power. So it's this thingy here. You can see power. This posture. You can see it again here, and this holding there. So there's the reward, and it comes through you. It's no one did this for you. You did it yourself. Picked up your traumatized pieces and, regain your power. So, as challenging as life may seem to you right now, trust that you have the power and strength to get through the present obstacles and reach a new chapter of greater peace and harmony that awaits you just around the corner. Try to keep a positive outlook and not be disheartened by recent events. You are about to tap into an enormous reservoir of power within you that will help you navigate these tough times and come out stronger and wiser. I am a master of my life and perfectly at one with the universe. My thoughts are pure, loving and positive. I believe in myself and I know that with God I can do anything. I now draw upon this new power within me and I go through this growing phase with ease. Because it's easy. You just need to have patience and to kind of stay with pain, enduring it without getting hardened by it. Just, stay with it with a lot of empathy. And here's the notes from the universe on love and connection. So, okay, 3 cards. I felt like it was like 8. It's a lot of reading. Okay. Keep it simple. And all souls use words very sparingly, except of course for I, love, thank you, wow, now, and cool. Wow, I love you now, the universe. P.S., which sounds much better than wow, now, I love you. Sequence is important. Okay, so for some of you, you have been these people being able to say, I love you now. And for some it will be epiphany because they didn't have capacity to love because their soul part was gone. So they will say, wow, now I love you. And you will notice that the sequence wasn't like what you hoped for. It didn't make you feel like you are the most special person in the world when the person says one day, wow, now I love you. Because what happened before, like all the time I bled for you or, did all these things for you while you just were acting destructive. But it's what it is, okay? The person couldn't feel that thing before they were whole again. So you need to wait for this. Wow, now I love you. Dwell on what you love. Asking someone to change is like pruning a tree. Neither will ever be the same again. Scarier still is that you can't quite know in what new directions they will grow. I wouldn't change a leaf on you, the universe. Yeah, okay, so you make your own interpretation for that because I feel that it's very delicate and it will be very different for different people. For me, it will be like I have asked people to change and maybe when I have done this, eventually I come to this state and I say, I want you to be happier, be yourself, okay? So maybe sometimes we need to let someone go to actually, if we really love them, okay? And yeehaw. Yeehaw. When it comes to choosing who will be in your life, I recommend valuing their yeehaw quality above all others. Have it your way. Special orders don't upset us, the universe. So if it doesn't feel like, yeehaw, oh, this person really loves me, I feel so exhilarated, we make each other better, and I'm a whole new person with this, I'm feeling whole, you can as well skip it, okay, if it doesn't make the yeehaw sound. So cut away all your crappy codependent relationships and do it now, because that will leave you open for the yeehaw ones. Okay. So my dear Capricorn, I hope this helps. I want you to take really good care and, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you are celebrating. And also Happy New Year for those of you that actually have a new year coming. It's different for different cultures. And I also want to welcome you back to my February reading that I will perform in the mid of January. Okay, bye-bye.